Hey, everybody. It's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie. And today we are going to be making some mini file folders. And I have been wanting to do these folders for quite a while. And so today is the day. So I want to welcome everyone who's coming on, who's been joining me for the Project 20. And if you are just joining me and you're not exactly sure what Project 20 is, it's where we try to do at least 20 pieces of ephemera per day. Sometimes they're simple, sometimes they're a little bit more, I don't want to say complicated because, I try to keep things easy, but sometimes things are a little bit involved. So I'm going to go with the involved instead of complicated because that sounds a lot better than complicated. And today, this project is a bit involved. So I'm going to start right away because I know there's no way I can do 20 on camera, but I'll be finishing it up sometime this week. Probably on Friday, we'll be doing a finish up Friday and finishing up some of the projects. And some of them I've done off camera. Some of them I've done over on the Patreon channel as well. So you may want to check that out. The link is below. Okay, so let me get started here. Also, if you love junk journaling videos, you love ephemera like I do, then this is definitely the channel for you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and before you leave, you can do it now, during, or after. Hit the thumbs up, and that will make me very, very happy. And if you're also coming on the replay, just know that this is being recorded live, so I will be chatting with my junk journaling buddies as well. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. And let me show you what I kind of made ahead of. I only did 2 of these ahead of time. And this was probably the one that you saw in the thumbnail. And again, it's a mini folder, and it's like I said, it's a little involved. But I was able to use some of the words that I actually made, and I did a spot of sewing, of course, because y'all know how I am. I'm a little bit extra like that, and this is what it looks like on the inside. I actually gave it a bit of a belly band here, and it has some fabric, and then we have like some aged paper in here, and then I put a little botanical image in here also. So you could put any kind of image in here. And I thought to do the belly band because, it's a little folder. If you wanted to like put it in a pocket or something, things can fall out of it. So I said, hey, let me just put a belly band on here instead of a smaller pocket. And I think that worked out just great. So that's what that one looks like. And then this one says Pride on it. I did the same thing. I sewed around it. And I also put a belly band on here. Put a little botanical in here. Got some fabric going. And all kinds of good stuff with this. So now I am going to get started. Now I actually, because the way that I cut the paper, it you can get like a lot of pieces out of a small amount of paper. So what I did was I just kind of just put things into bags so I can keep them together. Because the important piece of this is to work with the same paper pad, of course, with the coordinating colors. Now, let's get started, and I'll tell you what I'm doing. Let me see. I had some notes over here, but I don't know what I did with my notes. Oh, they are. I had to write some notes out. Hey, Teresa. I had to write me some notes out for this because it was kind of involved. Just so when I go into my assembly line mode, I'll know what I need to cut and how much I need to cut of everything. So this actually has like 3 pieces. Hey, Rachel, thank you for the shout out over on Instagram. I saw that. Even though I'm not that active on Instagram, but I saw that. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining me. And it probably would behoove me to kind of wait for a few minutes because for some reason it takes YouTube a little bit to notify people. Also, if you're not getting notified, you may want to just check to make sure that little notification bell is checked because I missed a live stream today from someone that I always watch, and it was because the notification bell wasn't checked, but it has been checked in the past, so I don't know what happened with that. So, I'm gonna use this paper pad. I actually was gonna do a different paper pad, but I'll probably use the other ones too. But this is a paper pad I'm using, and it's a DCWV. I think they sell these at Hobby Lobby, but I'm pretty sure I got this at Tuesday Mornings, because y'all know how we roll with Tuesday Mornings. And this is actually, it has like the front and the back. It's two-sided. And this is the first two-sided pad that I have ever gotten, y'all. Isn't that cool? So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'm just going to pull out some pieces. And I'm going to take out 4 pieces of this. You just got the notifications. Yes, was quite a big delay for some reason, but I went ahead and started anyway. But you guys didn't miss anything, so don't worry. Got to use the butterfly. So I have 2 kind of green, and I'm really, again, not thinking too much into this, because if it's the same paper pad, the papers are coordinating, which is nice. Okay, so we're going to use those 4. So I'm going to take out 4 pieces. That's all we need. And let's see what's on the back of this one. Ooh, that's pretty too. Okay, anywho, so I'm going to use these 4 pieces for this job. So like I said, I kind of made me a little bit of a diagram. You can do yours any kind of way that you want to. And let me just take this back out. So in case you missed it again, because I like to have one of these out so I can have it for an example. So I made these 2 ahead of time, and then this is what the inside looks like with a little belly band and opportunity to write over here on this side. So, and this is what this one looks like from a different paper pad. So now I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to make a few. All right, so the first thing I need is some pieces that are 5 inches by 4 inches long. So since these papers are generally 12 inches long, what I'm going to do is try to do 3 4 inches and then 1 5 inch this way. So I know that may be confusing, but that's the best I can do. That's the best I can do right now. Okay, so we want 5 inches this way on my big rotary cutter. And you know what? I'm going to show y'all something. This is something that I just noticed with this rotary cutter, which is fantastic, because usually I'll use it kind of folded up this way if I don't need to the measurements all the way. But I didn't even notice. I didn't even think about it, but it actually has feet on the other side. So if I open it up like this, you can see the feet on this side, but it's made to be used like this as well, because it has the feet on. I didn't even know that. I thought I just wanted to share that with y'all. All right, let me move that out the way. So now this is 5 inches across, and we should have 12 inches this way. It's probably a little bit more than 12 inches on this pad. Yeah, those diamonds were pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to do 4 inches. I'm going to have to try not to be too chit-chatty, because I know this is quite a bit. I'm going to try to do maybe 2 or 3 of these. Otherwise, you all won't see the end product. All right, and these are some nice little pieces too, so I think I'm going to hold on to those, because y'all know how we roll. All right, so that's my 4 by 5 pieces. I'm just going to set that aside. And now I'm going to need for my belly band piece, I was going to do 1.75 this way and 4 inches this way, but I ended up making it just a little smaller, so this is going to be 1.5 instead. So I'm just going to take this big piece that I have left here, and we're going to do 1.5. I think I have it in the right spot. All right. Put this back over here. And then I need, now when I cut these, it actually made 12 pieces. Out of those 4 pieces of paper, it made 12 of these. So I need 12 of these, which means, okay, we're gonna do 4 inches here. We should be able to make 12 out of this strip. It all sounds quite complicated, but it's really not. I just kind of diagram things out. I did a little bit of planning ahead, which I don't normally do that. I usually just wing it. And I did kind of wing it today when I decided to do this. I was like, you know what? This is going to be a total fiasco if I don't try to figure out what I'm doing ahead of time. So, all right, so now I have 12 of these pieces. Okay, I know y'all probably didn't see me cut that. Ugh, I got a lot of stuff on my desk. Move some stuff out of the way. Okay, now I still need, so I cut this piece and I cut this one, and I'm going to change this because I'm going to forget. So I cut this at 1.5 inches. I also put supplies down here at the bottom. And then now for the tabs themselves, I need to cut them 1.5 by 0.75. Now there is an important piece to this part because I just need to look and see if there's some type of orientation on these pages, and there are. So I want my tab to be this way. So I need this to be 1.5 inches this way. And then I want this to be 1.75 this way. But you almost can't make a mistake on the measurements because it doesn't matter that much. You just want to have enough to fold. Okay, so this way is going to be my folds. I just have to remember. 1.75. Right here, I think. And I need like 12 of these also, so I think I have enough. And that was like 2 inches, so I'm gonna just keep that the way it is. Because like I said, it's not that big of a deal. I actually have never made any of the mini folders before, beautiful, and welcome to the live stream. But, you know, okay, so this is what we have. So we have these 3 things. So I cut this one 4 by 5 inches, and then this is going to be 4 by 1.5, and then these are 1.5 by 1.75, and this last one is a little bit bigger, but that's okay. So this I can put away for something else. Yes, still that's just, and this is from the 4 sheets, and look how much I still have left over. So that's nice. I can do something else with those. Now, I'm just going to take like 4 of these pages out. And I actually put some Ziploc bags up here because it's a lot going on here. So I'm just going to put the rest of these in here for now because I'll go back and finish these later. And I'm going to take 4 of these. And just to let y'all know, this is not a tutorial, but of course, y'all know I share what I do, just in case you want to do it too. And then we just need 4 of these. So we'll take those and put these in here. All right, we'll put our little bag over to the side. All right, so now the next thing that I need to do is, I didn't really give myself instructions on what to do, so I am going to, let me just split these like this for now. All right, so these are our papers that we're going to use for this. That's going to be each of our mini file folders. And what I would like to do, wait, before I do that, you know what I need to do? I need to fold these first. and you'll see why. Let me move that out the way. And I'm going to use this guy again, but I'm not going to cut. There's a lip on here, and I'm just going to use this to fold my papers. So they'll be they're easier to fold this way. I learned this from watching somebody. I don't know who it was. You know, you get all kinds of tricks when you watch YouTube videos. Tricks and tips. I love these butterflies. They're fantastical. And actually, I could use like the other side of the sheet too. It's my first paper pad where I had two sides. But it was a very good price, so I went ahead and got it. Okay. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and hopefully this paper isn't too thick, because sometimes when the paper is thick, it doesn't really fold well. Alright, so I got my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper out, and I believe I have most of the supplies that I'm using in the description. Okay, and I'm actually going around all four corners. And of course, you just take this as far as you want to, because y'all know me, I'm an overachiever sometimes when I'm doing this stuff, but you could definitely not do all this corner chomping and sewing and all that stuff. You can just kind of glue things together and they'll look just absolutely beautiful. All right, so on those, and then on these pieces right here, I'm also going to do a spot of corner chomping, and I'm actually using the smaller part, because you can do it a 1/2 inch corner or a 1/4 of an inch corner. I'm doing the 1/4, and I think I might be able to do all of these at the same time actually, because this is a really strong corner chomper. Yeah. And these are actually my little belly bands. That sounds weird saying belly bands. All right, so those are there. Now the next piece is to fold. These are the tabs themselves. And you could actually cut your folder, the whole thing with the tab on it, but I purposefully wanted mine to have a different color when I put them together. So I'm just using, let me move this up. I'm just using my edge again to do this fold, because it's even harder with the little pieces to do the folds. So I'm going to see how this is going to work out, because I haven't tried it this way before. It came out a little wrinkly. Let me try to do it without using that. Like I said, this paper is pretty thick, so it doesn't give like some of the other papers that you might have. So it's a little wrinkled, but I think it's gonna be okay. Okay, let me get this out the way, because I don't need that. So what projects are you all working on this evening? Are you working on your Project 20s? I'm working on my Project 20s. All right. Yeah, something to consider. Note to self, you might not want to use paper that's too thick. All right, so now the next thing that I'm going to do is before I do that, I'm going to do some corner chomping on these, and I am going to only chomp the corners where the fold is at. So, and again, I'm going to use the small end of the corner chomper for that. And so that's my tab. And you see it opens up that way. So let me do all of these. And you could actually make you some tabs ahead of time. out of scraps. Because I thought about cutting these like on my Cricut or something like that, but then you won't be able to use your scraps. You can, but it's like a really inefficient way to do it if you're using scraps. Alright, so we have our tabs now. And then the next thing I did was I took my my tape runner and I opened up the tab because it was closed like this. I opened it up and I'm just going right down the middle, and then I'm just going to fold it over. It's not going to stay all the way, but it makes it easier to work with when it's closed like that. And I'm not doing anything to the edges because I need the edges to be open. I thought of this myself. Hey, Simply Crafty. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat as well. All right. Okay. So this one's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. We can rectify that. Okay, so now we have these three pieces. So we have the main part of the file folder. Let me fix this so we won't be going crazy on the focus. Okay, we have our main part of the file folder, we have our bands, and then we have our tabs. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, let's see, I think the next thing that we're going to do is just figure out what's going to go with what, which is going to be really easy. So this is what I did to make this really mindless. I put all the papers together like this, and then what I did was I just took this one at the end and I moved everything over like that. There you go. Since it came from the same paper pad, they're all coordinating. And then with this one, because if I take this and do the same thing, then we're matchy again, and I didn't want to do that. So I just did it twice. And I moved everything over like that. Ta-da! So now this is going to go in here. This is going to go on here, and so on, and so on, and so on. So, but I guess the first thing I need to do is some sewing before I even start digging into everything. And I'm going to attempt to sew this on as I go through this process. Maybe. I'm thinking everybody. I don't know. No, I'm not. It's going to be easier. Okay. So let's do this. We're going to do the belly bands first. Oh. I was actually trying to rethread this machine before I got started, but I did not get there. I have a lot of stuff on my desk today. And let's see here. Get in there, thread. I already have the bobbin in. Alright, y'all know I have to do some sewing. And actually it didn't take me that long to sew earlier. Everything went good. I didn't have any snafus. I didn't have to call the technical difficulty police, but y'all know how that works out when I'm on. Usually the technical difficulty police need to be called. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Let me get my little thingamajigger to hold some of these threads. And then I am just going to sew a straight line on here. And when I did this one, I just felt like it was kind of unfinished. You can see I didn't have any threads on the belly band, so I decided to do a little bit of sewing. This one's probably like overkill. There's a lot going on here. But I still like that one too. All right, so let's get this going. See if I can get this thread up under here so it won't be giving me any issues. I probably should have been a little bit closer to the edge too. Hold up. All right. Okay. Here we go. Hi, Larry. Okay. And then we'll take the next belly band. And then the next one. And the next one. Make it kind of quick. Yep, we're sewing, Larry. All right, and then I'm going to just go ahead and cut these loose, and then I'm going to put another line on the other side. Cut some of this extra thread off. And do the same thing on the other side. So you can see this makes it kind of an easy, fast process for the belly band. Instead of like cutting it and then starting over again. Okay. Let's cut the extra threads off here. Yeah, I think it's gonna rain here. I said it's sunny in Florida, but I think we got some rain coming in because it got a little bit darker earlier than it normally gets. Okay, get rid of that. All right, so those are the belly bands. So the next thing I'm gonna do is sew around the edges of the file folder. And it really doesn't matter where I start at. I just want to make sure I kind of mixed everything up, so I don't know what's going with what, but I am going to try to make sure I get my belly band in there where it's supposed to be. And I'm going to do a zigzag stitch around the edges. Hopefully all goes well with the belly band because I can't really see what I'm doing. I'm kind of stitching blindly. Since it's on the other side. All right, so let's see. All right, so that's our belly band, and it did come out a little bit crooked, but you know what? I'm okay with that. So that's what it looks like. Let's see. That's what it looks like on that side, and that's what it looks like on this side. Hi, Judy. And so the next thing I want to do, I'm just kind of just picking any of these up as long as it's a different pattern. And it has the tape on the inside, but it's not really I don't think I put enough tape on there. It's just easier to work with the tape on there. And I'm going to open this up just a little bit and stick this on. And you can put it like as deep as you want it to be. All right. Try to get this one on straight too. And I'm just gonna do, I think on this one, I'm just gonna do a straight line on this, forward and back. And it should catch the back okay. We're gonna see in a second. Ta-da. Ooh, it's kind of messy, but that's okay. We're gonna cover that up anyway. I don't know why it came out a little messy on the back. Might be a tension thing, because y'all know I never change my tension, and I should. Hey, Paula. My day is going fantastic. It's been kind of a relaxing day, actually. Okay, so you can see we have one of our file folders almost done. Okay, we're going to do our next one. And I'm just grabbing one. And I'm just going to grab a piece to go on the inside. Yeah, this will be fine. And this time try to get it. I guess I could have put like a little glue on it just to make sure it doesn't shift as well. But you know, we're just going to try to wing it like this. Be a little lazy. Go around the edges. I think even a dark brown would have went good with these papers. And the belly band should stay really well, because they'll be nice and tight with the stitching. That off. So that's what this looks like on the inside. And then we need a piece for our outside. How about we use this one? And you can see right here where it's just a little paper that when I folded it, it kind of came off. But you can use some vintage photo too, to kind of make sure everything, you can cover up the white spots that show. Let me do this on this side. Oh, can't do it on that side because we got the belly band on that side. And I think I'm going to put it like about right there. Hopefully we have that straight. Things tend to shift as I'm putting them on the machine. Change my stitch to a straight stitch. Alright, get some of this extra thread off. Alright, and then for the moment, we're done with this one. Next, okay, I'm going to use this. And since I didn't have these in the order that I wanted them in, it's going to be, I'm going to have like This will be the same as the belly band for this one, but that's all right. Okay, now let me turn this over. Go back to my zigzag. Not doing these corners very well. I think I'm rushing a little bit because y'all know how it is when you all are on me, on with me. I'm always rushing and my corners are suffering because of it, but it's not your fault. It's my fault. But I'm going to be making lots more of these anyway because I like the way they turned out. So these are kind of like the preliminary ones. Hi Lois. Thanks for joining us today. We are making some wonderful file folders, mini file folders. All right. And this here. Okay, I'm putting a tab on this one and I'm going to use a straight stitch again. So you could definitely use the assembly line method with this. Kind of like the coordinating tab and belly band actually. Might do that in the future. So that's what this one looks like. Lots of stringage, but we'll get rid of the stringage later. And then this one, I am going to put some botanicals that I printed out, and you'll see those in a few moments as well. All right, get in there. All right, go back to my zigzag. All right, so this is the last one I'm going to kind of put together for our little demo today. Oh my goodness, I hear somebody outside with, you know how they have that bass on their car? That always freaks me out. Sounds like they're in my house. I don't know how people could be in their car and listen to the music that loud. That is so crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right, these edges look pretty good. Okay, so that's what the belly band looks like in here. And then we're going to put our tab on. And I'm putting my tabs like in the same place because it's not like an actual tab, folder where you're putting things right behind each other. So I'm not really giving that too much thought. And I could have very well easily have just glued the tabs on, but y'all know I love sewing, so I'm gonna try it with the sewing first. Okay, now the next thing, let's move this out the way for now. Oh, get this out the way, because even though I put the little threads in my little plastic bin here, somehow they always try to end up all over the place. So, okay. So this is what we have so far for our folders. And so you can see on the inside, belly band on the inside of that, on the inside of that one, on the inside of that one, on the inside of that one. So let's see. Let me just do a quick time check here, make sure we're on the right track, and we are. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to add some paper on this side. So, hold on, people. All right, so I'm going to be using some of my aged paper here, and they come in a pack like this. And if you don't know how to do it, they have all kinds of tutorials on YouTube as to how to do coffee dyed paper. But if you don't feel like going through all that, you can head over to pleasantcreations.com, and I sell it by the pack, so you can pick you up some paper from over there. It's always nice to have some, because y'all know I use this on everything. Y'all know that Frank's commercial where they say I put that beep on everything. That's how I am with this paper. Okay, and I'm going to be using my We Are Memory Keepers Tear Guide, and I did a little mini demonstration yesterday. If you all haven't seen my favorite little tool. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of rip my edge, because this makes a very quick job of doing this. So Lois says she's making an ephemera folder and love making these. Yeah, I love making everything. This is the first time I made these though. So this is definitely an experiment for me, but a very nice experiment. And I'm trying to do this without like really measuring anything. So let me just take this and rip this paper on down, and then take it this way. Okay, so that paper is going to go in there. These are some pretty colors too. On the other ones, it didn't have any colors on the inside, so I guess the two-sided paper is worth getting, so you don't have to worry about too much decor on the other side. Okay, just gonna take a little bit of this edge off here because it's a little long for what we want to do, and we still have plenty of paper here, so let's do this one. Oh, thank you, Brenda. I almost didn't see your comment. I appreciate it. Okay, and I'll do the same thing again here. All right, so now we're gonna glue this down. And I found the best way to glue this down is with my little purple glue, but I also like the Aleene's Tacky Glue, but both of them are, I guess, both are kind of messy, but not. Let's see. Let me just get a little scrap piece of paper. Let's see how this goes. I try to pick the most interesting part of this, and I am giving the edges some love on here. I already know I'm going to get glue on my fingers, and I meant to bring a wet rag, but I didn't. I'm trying to stay on the cam for y'all. So hopefully we have enough glue. Give us a good pressing down. Yeah, the paper is awesome, isn't it? Hey, Roberta. All right, so it's that one. Let's try. I'm not convinced that that's not going to come up, so let's use some of the Aleene's, because I know the Aleene's glue. Before I do that, I'm actually going to go around the edges and give this even though it already has a vintage look, let's give it a little bit of a frame with the vintage photo. We don't have to go crazy with it. We don't have to go crazy. All right, that's a little better. Okay, now it looks like really like that parchment, old parchment paper with the burnt edges. Even though I refreshed my ink pad, I think I still need some more. A new ink pad probably would be great. All right, trying to make sure I get the edges good. And yeah, I think this will be better. All right, next. Let's do the next one. Ugh. Get my little rag out here. All right, so I'm gonna do this next one. I have never tried the art glitter glue. I don't even think I've seen it, but I haven't been looking for it either. But I have seen other people using the art glitter glue. So that's something that's on my wish list. So, you know, I'm willing to try anything. As long as it's legal, of course. Because I'm a goody two-shoes. I don't go for the illegal stuff. I want to stay out of jail. I wouldn't do well in jail. All right. Get the glue going. Oh, this week has gone by really fast. Is it Thursday or Wednesday? It's Wednesday. It's been a quick week. And everything has been going as planned. I haven't had any snafus this week. It's been wonderful. All right. I love using this paper on everything. Oh, your grandkids love the junk journals. That is so cool. And you know what? Well, there's two reasons why they love them, because you made them. And then the second one is like you customize them just for them. So that's important. And you made them with love. That's the third piece. You have to make your journals with love. I think that's why I go overboard a lot on some of the things that I make, because I'm making it with love. I look at it and I say, I could put a little bit more love into that piece. Let's put some more love in there. They say love is what makes the world go round. I agree. And because I make this paper, I use a heavier paper than regular copier paper. So it's easier to handle, actually. I like it. Has good color. All right. And put you there. Gotta have our journaling opportunities, right? Okay, now she's not finished yet. No, she is not. Take that out the way, and I can take this out of the way. And the next thing I need for this job is going to be our letters. Watch this. Okay, so because I'm going to put a word on the actual tabs. So I have some that's made already, and most of these already have I put the vintage photo around. So I'm just picking ones that will fit, because some of the words are a little long. So I'm going to pick some words that will fit on these. We got heart and lift and love got a lot of L's. And what's this one? Slow. I'm going to take that one too. So seeing these words come in handy, and I still have like my stamps here. So every day I'll do like a few. There's my stamps. I'll put them in this box. I just do a few words so I'll have some ahead of time because those are pretty easy to make. All right, so get my glue out again. Uh-oh, she's making a mess, people. She's making a mess. And try to put this on straight. One thing is when you put a lot of glue on, you have a little bit of time to work with. You're putting things down. All right, put you over to the side. Next, we'll put a little love on you. And then next, I'll do a little lift here. Y'all don't go away because I'm still not finished after this. I still have something else I want to do. She's going the extra mile, not the green mile. Okay, and one more here. Now don't forget to give the video a thumbs up before you shove off. And if you're coming on the replay, I'd love to know your comments. What's your favorite part of this? This mini folder experience here. Okay, so now we got our letters on. So that's what they look like. They look very beautiful, don't they? So now the next part is, if I can find, I have a lot of stuff on my desk. Okay, I had some scraps here. What did I do with my scraps? Ugh, I lost them. Oh, I think this is it. Ugh. Got some scraps that I want to put on the inside. It probably will look good on the outside too. Just a little scrappity scrap. Let's see. Y'all know me, I'm not going for the matchity match either. But we'll try to, you know, not be too crazy with the colors. I'm going in my bag to see what I have. I just want like just a hint, just a little hint of fabric, I think. I don't know. I'm trying to fray it a little bit. Give it some fraying action. We'll put that there. And this one might be a little big. I just need just a tiny bit to make me happy. Just a tiny bit of fabric to make me happy. And then I'm going to get my little cards ready to put on the inside too. I just need a little something. Okay. Because y'all know how I feel about all the textures inside of the junk journal. I like to have lots of texture. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for this. Thank you, Lois. And I did find the fabric tack on Amazon too. Actually, it's a good price. It's actually, you know, this is how I know that Michaels is raising their prices. I know I mentioned this before, but I think they have the fabric tack is like $15, but of course you can use a coupon and you can get it. But on Amazon, it's like the 50% off price. So, you know, they raise their prices to compensate, I'm sure. But, you know, in a pinch, I'm probably still going to go to Michael's and grab what I need. Because, you know, we want our stuff like right now. Like Veronica off of Willy Wonka. I want it now. Alright, and put this on there. That's my extra love. And of course we got to put something under the belly bands too. And this one, I think I might be putting too much glue. Really don't need that much. This would stick with even some double-sided tape as well. Okay, get some of these strings off of here. I like some stringage, but sometimes it's a little wild. Okay, so that's the insides. All right, so next, of course, I want to put something under the belly band. Walmart has it for $10. I think the link that I put the fabric tag to was like $8, so it was even lower than Walmart, if you can believe that. That doesn't always happen. All right, let me see. All right, so this is what I'm going to use for the pieces to go inside. So I have these botanicals, and I got these botanicals out of a book, so they are copyrighted, but I did share a downloadable instant copy with my patrons over on the Patreon page, so you can check that out. It's like 3 pages. Let's see, which 3 is it? Yeah, it's like I printed some extras here. So it's these 3 pages right here, and this one. So it's all in different sizes. Hey, T Wood. And I cut some of them up. So let's see if we can use some of the ones that we already have cut. And we need some small pieces to just go on the inside here. But y'all know what I'm going to do, right? Yes, that's right. She's going to sew them. She's going to sew her pieces. I'm going to get the sewing machine out. It should be a quick process. And sew a couple of those pieces. Okay. Oi. Oi, oi, oi. Uh-oh. My thread is trying to get away from me as usual. See, I told y'all, every time I come online, there's some craziness going on with the sewing machine. It's like it doesn't want to be public. Let me just get this on so we can get this show on the road. All right. Because this should be pretty quick. And I'm just going to go around these with a zigzag stitch. Let's see if we can get a little bit more light going. All right. Make sure I change my stitch because I did not do that. Walmart sells a lot of stuff now. They even sell Cricut things for your Cricut machines. When it comes to Cricut, there's not too many places where you can get a good deal on it. Cricut makes sure that the prices stay pretty high. So all you Cricut machine owners know what I'm talking about. Alright, that's one. So these should get done pretty quick. I actually only need 4. I took out 5 pieces, but we only need 4 pieces. So this is something you can do ahead of time too if you're going to do sewing, like on your images. You can do those ahead of time. Hey, what happened? See? Ugh. Yeah, I did like a few of these before I came on. I have no issues. No issues. Maybe I'm speaking it out into the world. We're going to think positive. We're going to say we're not having no more issues. I can't see from this angle because I think I had it in there and I took it out. There we go. Ooh, I hear thunder, y'all. It's like thunder. Yep, I think the rain is coming to my area. Okay. We're back in business, hopefully. Uh-oh. I just heard something wacky go. Which means, yeah, it's a little cray-cray on the back. Here we go. Me and Mr. Machine. It's a fight. And there it went again. Why? Why me? I tried to speak goodness into the world and it didn't work out. It didn't work out for me. Let's try that again. Okay, we're back in business again on the same piece. We only have, and we're at the end, so usually that's what happens at the end. Oh no, I didn't make it. Oh, I'm sorry, Roberta. You can just donate it to a museum now. It didn't make it. Oh, it's thundering there where you are. As long as that's all it does is thunder. I don't want any lightning. Y'all know my house, this was some years ago, my house actually got hit by lightning. But, I mean, there wasn't a fire or anything like that, but it did blow the telephone off the wall, and it knocked out my my garage door opener. So it did quite a bit of damage. So you know when they tell you that you shouldn't be on the telephone or in the bathtub when it's raining and thundering and lightning outside, you probably don't want to do that. Because what they say is true. It can get you. I wonder, should I not be sewing when it's thundering outside? I don't know. All right, one more to put in the book. Let's do this one because it has a little color to it. move this out the way. I left my glue open. That's not good. Turn the light off on there. Okay, let's get all of this stuff out of the way. Let's do a little bit of a cleanup here. All right, let's get our folders, and then we're gonna just put our, it's kind of small. It'll fit that way. Might stick out a little bit, but that's kind of okay for me too. Because I made the band so thick you can't see the picture behind it. But if you put it in this way, you can see it. I'll put this one in this way. And of course it can be replaced or put something else in there or whatnot. Okay, so now we have our folders and they can actually hold things. And I made these ahead of time. Hey, Tanya. All right, so let's take a look at what we made. So I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so I have a long way to go. But that's okay. I may or may not finish this evening. Make sure our focus is okay. All right, so this one says, move these out the way. So this one says Pride, and that's what it looks on the inside. Here's the fabric right here that I put on here, but I kind of feel like this one has too much going on in it. It's a lot going on because of this, because I used the paper pad that had like the strips going, but it's not bad. And then this one here, I love it. This was the first one I did, so I didn't put any lines down here. So I kind of feel like it was kind of unfinished, but I still like it too. And that's the little botanical there. We have this one with the butterflies. Probably should have been that way. I don't know. The butterflies are kind of shiny. And I love this one. I love these that have the paper on the back. So I might be getting some more paper pads, y'all. And then this one's Slow. And that's what it looks like on the inside. You can put a little note in here. These are good pocket pieces, aren't they? Or of course, you can always put them, attach them with a paper clip. I like this. Got a little piece to go in on the inside. So it's a lot of sewing going on here, but I think that's what really makes it special. And this piece here. So those are all of our pieces. So I hope I inspired you all to make your own little mini folders. These came out so cute, didn't they? I like them. I want to try to use one or two very soon. So before you all leave, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you're interested in getting a hold of the botanicals that I showed you, the botanical images, I have them over on the Patreon page, which is up and running now. And I am going to be loading that up with some rewards for members and putting more content that doesn't make it over here onto this channel. I'll be putting it over there. And also you can get the coffee dyed paper over at pleasantcreations.com. So thank you all for coming on. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Tanya and Judy / Larry, Roberta, and Rachel. Thanks for coming on. Lois, T. Woods, and I hope I don't miss anybody. Chris, thanks for coming on. Brenda, and who else we got? Simply Crafty, and Be You Beautiful, and Teresa. And I hope I did not miss anybody. And all those who have been watching, even though you didn't come on the chat, I still appreciate you coming over. So with that, I am going to shove off and say love, peace, and hair grease from your sweet lotus blossom and lovable Lizzie. Have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.